Good, happy Wednesday morning, November 21, 2018. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. First up, we begin with your weather. Snow for some, cold for all. Let's go to meteorologist Mike Haddad with your weather forecast.
Does your dog struggle to learn the basics? Off,
Stay. No.
Emmy-winning TV host and expert dog trainer Brendan
Thank you very much for joining us. Stormwatch 9 weather on the web. Thanksgiving holiday quickly approaching, but before that even happens, a couple of issues in terms of the weather between now and then. One, with the snow pulling away and skies clearing, temperatures are going to fall off quickly tonight, so watch out for some black ice on area roadways. Any untreated surface will be slick. Tomorrow morning, temperatures begin to respond with a little bit of sunshine, a little bit above freezing, but then a very strong Arctic front approaches, triggering scattered snow showers and squalls for some, with bitter cold, near record cold, to follow for Thanksgiving Day into Thanksgiving night. For tonight, clouds begin to clear out. We'll look for the black ice conditions into early tomorrow morning. A fair amount of sun during tomorrow morning, but then late morning, snow showers and squalls commence in the North Country. And then that Arctic front will trigger scattered snow showers and even a slight chance of a squall into central and southern zones during the afternoon and the early part of the evening. By about 9 or 10 tomorrow night, skies already beginning to clear. We'll see a few clouds Thanksgiving morning up north, fair skies elsewhere. And this big snow shield offshore, what is that? Well, it's all due to the Arctic air moving over the relatively warm waters of the Atlantic. But with an offshore breeze, that snow doesn't work in here for the Thanksgiving holiday. Temperatures overnight tonight, again, dropping well below freezing, so watch out for slick spots to develop on area roadways. Once we get into the day tomorrow, you're going to notice our temperatures on average into the 30s, so that's not all that bad, but any snow shower or squall could result in temperatures down near freezing, and that means slick roads in just a matter of a quick minute with low visibility before it clears out once again. Moving ahead to Thanksgiving Day itself, look at your feel-like wind chill temperatures all below zero most of the day. We may barely get above zero during the early to mid-afternoon, but only in southern parts of New Hampshire. It begins to warm up after that, so there's some good news. Notice our extended outlook after record cold, likely in spots Friday morning. It's bright and chilly in the afternoon, but at least the winds will be lighter. Then it warms up for the weekend, so the next storm is likely more rain than anything else late Saturday evening to early on Sunday.
Okay, and there you go on your weather forecast from meteorologist Mike Haddad. And we have 7 closings and delays for you this morning. And now let's take a look at your traffic this morning and see how the roads look like this Wednesday morning for a busy holiday travel. Okay, and here's a look at your traffic this morning, everyone. We're seeing a lot of green roadways and a lot of yellow and a little bit of red areas as well along Durham and Portsmouth area, and yellow roadways spread out across New Hampshire. Otherwise, your traffic is moving pretty good on this Wednesday morning, the day before Thanksgiving, and a busy travel day as well. No major incidents or accidents to report this morning, but if we get any major accidents or incidents, we will bring it right to you, and there could be some black ice from refreezing from last night, so be careful this morning as well. And let's take a quick look at the flights at Manchester Boston Regional Airport as well. And here is a check of the arrivals board for flights coming into Manchester today. And everything is on time, so that is awesome news. And here's the departure board for flights leaving Manchester today. And everything is running on time. So that is excellent news for anyone traveling for their Thanksgiving destination. And you can stay with the Riley King Network for travel information if you are traveling to go to your Thanksgiving destination. Now let's get to news. First up, snow makes for slow driving on New Hampshire roads. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9, Andy Hirschberger.
Just around 10:30 this morning on Route 293 North in Manchester near exit 6. A multi-vehicle pileup shut down traffic for about 45 minutes. It was the story elsewhere around New Hampshire as drivers tried to maneuver through another statewide snowstorm in just a matter of days.
Just be aware, it's like the first time that you step out on a pond without your skates on. It's a little slippery out there.
Chip Chesley is the Director of General Services in Concord. He says they were prepared for some early storms since it's not unusual for December weather to come in November.
Generally, we try to be ready for snow here in Concord by Halloween, as a matter of fact. And people may remember a couple years ago, that was a good thing. We had a major snowstorm, a couple of feet on Halloween. So as far as being ready, we were ready for it.
Many people were also ready to usher in some snow.
Well, it's a little early for this, but the only thing I wish I had a garage, but then I wouldn't have to shovel my car off. But at least it's not cold.
Well, you know, growing up as a kid, I always loved coming out and shoveling it, making snow forts and all kinds of stuff like that, and I really enjoyed it. So, you know, and just going to make the best out of it this year.
Kids love it, so hey, we're out here sledding, made a huge snow pile to go ahead and sled down already, so waiting for winter.
Snow fort sledding sounds like fun. Getting home, not too much of an issue as we said, but with those temperatures starting to plummet, be careful of black ice. Reporting live, I'm Andy Hirschberger, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Man pleads insanity in killing of mother at hospital. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9, Tim Callery.
Green, you have committed the acts with which the state has charged you in the indictments. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Travis Frink admits to shooting and killing his mother, Pamela Ferrier, at Dartmouth-Hitchcock Medical Center in September of last year. But he says he was insane at the time of the murder.
He told the detectives that he'd gone to the hospital that day, in his words, quote, for relief from abuse.
Associate Attorney General Jeff Strelzin says Frank told detectives he was a slave to his mother, and on the day of her death, he was looking for a resolution and wanted to be free and a normal person. Court records show after Frank was arrested, he told police that he was taken from the womb of his birth mother and used for science experiments, and that Ferrier was a scientist who took him to raise him as her own.
He did confirm that he'd been thinking about killing his mother for a while. He said he woke up that morning of the murder, and said, quote, "Today's the day."
Family for Frank and Ferrier were not in court, but the prosecution read victim impact statements, including one which was written by Frank's teenage son.
He's not a mentally stable person. He's also a child abuser who I had to live with, and it was horrible.
Frank was ordered to be committed to a secure psychiatric unit at the state prison in Concord. And Frank's case will come up again for review in 5 years. Reporting in North Haverhill, I'm Tim Callery, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Some outdoor events on Thanksgiving Day canceled, rescheduled due to expected record-breaking cold. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9, Kristen Carosa.
It's a football game that has been played in Manchester since the 1980s.
The history of playing on Thanksgiving is really, really long in the city of Manchester, so we're glad that we get to play.
But this year, it will be played the night before Thanksgiving due to the frigid forecast. The first time it's been rescheduled due to weather.
I think the administrators in the city were real smart and really proactive on it. I guess it's supposed to be in the -0 wind chill factor on Thursday morning, so just think about the fans and the players that are standing on the sideline.
And it's not just affecting Manchester's tradition. School administrators have canceled the turkey tussle between Keene High School and Monadnock Regional High School.
Hypothermia, some frostbite. We're talking about a 2-3 hour game standing in -degree temperatures. So you can layer up as much as you want, but that's still going to be a real cold day.
But the cold weather isn't stopping more than 20 road races on Thanksgiving Day.
New Hampshireites are a hardy bunch of people, and we've run in races a lot colder, just never this cold on Thanksgiving.
The Thanksgiving Day 5K is the largest race in the state and will bring out more than 2,500 runners in Manchester, many who have advice for those who aren't used to running in this bitter cold.
Hat, gloves, a face mask, good pants, and the layers really do help you out a lot. And get dry after, because you will still sweat. You want to make sure you dry off after so you don't catch a chill.
If you'd like to brave the cold and cheer on those runners, the race starts right here in Manchester at 9 a.m. Reporting live in Manchester, Kristen Carosa, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And if you are running in that race on Thanksgiving, then you might want to bundle up and be in layers. It's going to be very cold. People warned not to eat romaine lettuce due to E. coli outbreak. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9, Suzanne Rowntree.
Management of the Copper Door reacted quickly when they got the government warning this afternoon.
We quarantined immediately. We have everything out of the walk-in, out of reach from staff and guests alike. That way, it's not accessible to anyone.
So did Murphy's Tap Room down the road.
I'm sure this will pass eventually, and everybody can have their seasons the way they like them.
Grocery stores cleared their shelves as well, but are hoping the source is identified quickly.
It could be as early as another 2-3 weeks. Hopefully it's there in time for the next holiday.
The E. coli outbreak has sickened 32 people in 11 states, including here in New Hampshire, where 2 people have become ill. And washing your romaine lettuce isn't enough to make sure it's safe to eat.
I think that everyone should just take this seriously. If it's in the case of lettuce, just throw it out.
And doctors agree.
I will follow the CDC recommendation to throw away what they have. Because the infection is serious.
E. coli symptoms include severe stomach cramps, diarrhea, and vomiting. Most people recover within a week, but some illnesses can last longer and be more severe.
The incubation period from 1 to 9 days. So within 24 hours, the symptoms may show.
Now, the FDA says it wanted to put out this warning before people gathered for their Thanksgiving meals, whether in homes or in restaurants, where the exposure potential is great. Live in Bedford, Suzanne Rowntree, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. So don't eat romaine lettuce until it is all clear to do so. Mark Zuckerberg says he won't step down as Facebook chair, praises Sheryl Sandberg. Mark Zuckerberg said he will keep his role as chairman of Facebook's board in an interview with CNN that aired yesterday night. The New York Times reported last week how Facebook made attempts to deflect the controversy plummeting the company, ranging from the Cambridge Analytica scandal to how Russians attempted to use Facebook to influence the 2016 U.S. elections. Since that report, many have questioned whether or not Zuckerberg should step down as chair of the board. Reckless California wildfires leave 84 dead, over 800 unaccounted for. Hundreds of people remain missing in wake of a pair of wildfires that have blazed across both ends of California. The two blazes, which both ignited earlier this month, have claimed a total of 84 lives while laying waste to a total of nearly 400 square miles, according to the California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection. Officials said that at least 64 of the remains have been positively identified so far. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. And I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Goodbye, everyone.